Every few years, a new business trend captures everyone's attention. Artificial intelligence, remote work, e-commerce, social media, automation. The biggest trends usually arrive with headlines, predictions, and endless discussion. Everyone sees them coming, everyone talks about them, and businesses spend years preparing for them. But sometimes the trends that have the biggest impact are the ones nobody expects. The ones that develop quietly, the ones that don't dominate the news, the ones that spread across industries before most people even realize they're happening. And right now, there is one business trend quietly reshaping corporate America, a trend that very few people predicted. Businesses are becoming less obsessed with growth and more obsessed with resilience. Just a few years ago, that idea would have sounded strange. Growth was everything. Companies measured success by expansion, more customers, more employees, more locations, more revenue, more market share. The fastest growing businesses attracted the most attention. Investors rewarded aggressive expansion. Executives were encouraged to think bigger, move faster, and take larger risks. But today, something is changing. Across America, companies are making decisions that would have seemed unusual a decade ago. They're slowing hiring, reducing unnecessary spending, making smaller investments, building larger cash reserves, strengthening operations, and focusing on flexibility. At first glance, these decisions may appear unrelated, but together they reveal a much larger trend. Businesses are preparing for uncertainty rather than assuming stability, and that shift is changing the way companies operate. One reason this trend emerged is because the business environment has become harder to predict. Consumer behavior changes quickly, technology evolves rapidly, economic conditions shift unexpectedly. New competitors emerge from unexpected places. Business leaders have realized that forecasting the future is becoming increasingly difficult. And when the future becomes harder to predict, resilience becomes more valuable. Companies no longer assume that growth will automatically solve every problem. Instead, they're focusing on building organizations that can withstand challenges. That mindset is spreading rapidly. Another reason this trend caught people by surprise is because it doesn't look dramatic. Businesses aren't announcing that they're pursuing resilience. They're talking about efficiency, discipline, productivity, cost management, risk reduction. But underneath all of those initiatives is the same goal: creating companies that can survive uncertainty. That goal influences almost every major business decision. Take hiring as an example. Many companies are still adding employees, but they're doing it differently. Executives are becoming more selective. Every new hire is being evaluated carefully. Businesses want talent, but they also want flexibility. The goal isn't simply to grow larger, it's to grow smarter. That approach reflects the broader shift happening across corporate America. The same trend can be seen in investment decisions. A few years ago, many companies aggressively pursued expansion opportunities. Today, businesses are asking tougher questions. Will this investment remain valuable if conditions change? Can we maintain profitability? Does this strengthen the business long-term? These questions reveal a different mindset, a mindset focused on durability rather than speed. Technology is accelerating this trend as well. Artificial intelligence represents one of the biggest opportunities in modern business. Yet many companies are approaching it carefully. They're investing, testing, experimenting, and learning. But they're avoiding reckless commitments. Why? Because they understand that technology creates both opportunities and risks. No company knows exactly how industries will evolve over the next decade. As a result, businesses are prioritizing flexibility. They want the ability to adapt as new information emerges. That strategy may not generate flashy headlines, but it reflects a deeper change in corporate thinking. Consumers are playing a role too. Today's customers are less predictable than they once were. People compare prices more often, switch brands more easily, and make purchasing decisions more carefully. Businesses know they cannot rely on customer loyalty the way they once did. That reality is forcing companies to become more adaptable. Instead of assuming consumer behavior will remain stable, businesses are preparing for change. They are investing heavily in customer insights, data analysis, and retention strategies. Again, resilience is becoming the priority. Perhaps the most surprising part of this trend is how widespread it has become. Technology companies are doing it. Retailers are doing it. Manufacturers are doing it. Financial firms are doing it. Healthcare companies are doing it. Different industries, different challenges, yet many of them are moving in the same direction. That's usually a sign that something larger is happening. And in this case, something larger definitely is. Corporate America is quietly redefining success. For years, success was often measured by speed. How quickly a company could grow, how aggressively it could expand, how much market share it could capture. Today, businesses are asking different questions. Can we adapt? Can we remain profitable? Can we withstand disruption? Can we continue operating if conditions change? These questions would not have dominated boardroom discussions a decade ago. Today, they are becoming central to business strategy. And that may be why this trend caught so many people off guard. Because it isn't driven by a specific technology, it isn't driven by one industry, and it isn't driven by a single economic event. It's being driven by uncertainty itself. The realization that change is happening faster than ever before, the recognition that business conditions may remain unpredictable, and the understanding that resilience may become one of the most valuable assets a company can possess. So what is the business trend nobody saw coming? It's the shift from chasing growth at any cost to building businesses that can thrive under almost any condition. A shift from expansion to resilience, from speed to adaptability, from confidence in predictions to preparation for uncertainty. And while it may not generate the same attention as the latest technology breakthrough, it could end up having a far greater impact on the future of business. Because the companies that succeed in the next decade may not be the ones that grow the fastest. They may be the ones that adapt the best. And right now, corporate America is quietly preparing for exactly that future.